Shalom, shalom. I'd like to start off first and foremost by giving all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Bachakadash. Double honors to our elders and the apostles, the great millstone who rule and teach well. Peace, love, salutations, and blessings to those that are doing this work in truth and in sincerity. This is your brother Nathan Yala from the GMS Camp Atlanta, coming back at you with the Spirit with another lesson. I'm praying, hope this lesson is edifying. And, we've been really seeing an influx in women professing themselves to be, oh, I'm sorry, and we need to stop doing this with men, and because the men are checking out. And then you're also seeing an influx of uh, um, LGBTQ and lesbian women who are checking out of that lesbian shit, right? And they're realizing that hey, women are actually the problem, right? However, it doesn't change the fact that, again, as I did in the video yesterday, a prophecy. We're here. All right, all these things are happening. So when we read these scriptures and we go into these things about prophecy, these things are literally happening all across the earth, especially here in America. These things that the scriptures are saying. America is as Sodom and Gomorrah. Okay. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna start off of that precept. All right. So so we're gonna go to Isaiah, the book of Isaiah 3 and 3 and 9. Isaiah 3 and 9. I went to 9. It's like here. All right, so this is Isaiah 3 and 9, and it says, the show of their countenance do its witness against them, and they declare their sin as Sodom, and they hide it not. Woe unto their souls, for they have rewarded evil unto themselves. And as you see, like right here, when we go, we're gonna watch some of this video about how lesbians. It says the title is lesbians realize that women are the problem. Local dating. Okay, so before we watch that, I pulled up ChatGPT is a great tool to get some quick statistics, on because ChatGPT does a search on the internet, so it gathers it all up for you. All right, so it says the general LGBTQ trends among black women. According to a Gallup, 4.6% of African Americans overall self-identify as LGBTQ in 2016. The William Institute at UCLA estimates there are about 1.2 million black LGBT adults in the U.S. Among the LGBT adults, 61% are women. Okay? So just to give you a head of how many women in this country, and this is just talking about women amongst the LGBTQ. This is not just talking about, because I see it all the time at work. I work in the service industry. Women are naturally prone to be more gay, more homosexual. You see women grabbing on their own body parts. You see another woman that'll walk up to a woman and grab her on her ass, or another woman to walk up to a woman and grab her titties, and all that stuff is fine. But that's all homophobic behavior, and it's to be questioned. Like, hey man, what are you doing? Okay, because that's not how you're supposed to interact with another woman, by grabbing on her private parts. But women tend to do that thinking that it's okay. But if a male does it, he's everything but, you throw the book at his ass. All right, oh, he touched me in this, but y'all girls, it could be a woman that you just met. I see it all the time in the service industry as a manager. I see it all the time. You see a hostess at the host stand, a girl will come up behind her and smack her on her butt, grab her boobs. Just met 3 days ago. Okay? But then the male do that, hey, you throwing the book at him, he going to jail for all type of harassment and getting fired from his job and all type of shit. So you have and these women, they proclaim it. They sit there and tell you how they hate men, they don't want men, blah 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 blah. All that shit is lesbian behavior. All right? So we're gonna play some of this video. Right, this is a little bit of it. Just let these stupid ass women speak, because now they're saying, "Oh, we need to stop hating men." No, bro, it's too late for that. See, that's the thing about women and accountability. Okay, it's like you dumb bitches don't want to be accountable for your actions until it's too late. You already burned the bridge. Oh, I didn't mean to burn it. No, it's already burnt. The men don't want y'all asses like that no more. They looking at all these women with the side eye, because what you've done is throughout these years, when y'all women have been, because women automatically gravitate toward evil. They do. They automatically. You know what? As a matter of fact, let's get that. All right. So let's just get that real quick. Let's go to the book of Ecclesiasticus. You know, for the sake of time, because I got to go to work in a second. It's not gonna be a super long lesson. All right. Oh, so y'all not gonna allow me to pull up the KJV no more, huh? There it is. All right. So let's go down here to Ecclesiasticus, or the Book of Sirach, 25th chapter, 24th verse. And it says, of the woman came the beginning of sin, and through her we all die. And forgive the noise in the back, Akim. They're doing some repairs to my home, so you know, if y'all hear, you know, some grinding, that's them fixing some stuff in the back. You know, they can't hear me because I'm in another room, but that sound penetrates. It says, I'm going to read this again. Of the woman came the beginning of sin, and through her we all die. Verse 25, give the water no passage, neither a wicked woman liberty to gad abroad. And King Solomon said there's no righteous women, so they're inherently all wicked. So you gotta keep them all under your thumb, if you with them, okay? Because they go off and they do stupid shit, like what you're about to hear. You know, these women are absolutely ridiculous out here, and they need to be put underfoot. That's the only way. A servant cannot be in a position of authority, because when they become in a position of authority, they always abuse their power. Always. 100%, because they don't understand what power is. All right?
The human species is making them worse. It's making them worse. Like, if you have a problem with men, like, just being actively hateful to all males is making ones who probably would have been normal and on our side just resentful. I've seen way too many people saying, I can't believe I have to defend a man, but why do you hate men? Stop it. It's not cute.
Last night I went out with my friend and we saw this guy and he was like exactly her type. So I like went up to him and was like, hey, are you single? Because I was like, you know, I wasn't sure if he came alone, if he had a girlfriend or whatever. I didn't want to be like hitting on him. And he looked at me and was like, and I was like, for my friend. And then he was like, oh yeah, sure. And then he went and like sat and like basically fell in love with her. But anyway, that was hurtful. Like, I'm not exaggerating that he made that face. He was like, literally, like, I'm cute. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? I'm cute.
You bitches is disrespectful. And like, I think I'm gonna have to start fighting, because because why yesterday I go chill with this guy, and he came there with me, right? You know, he was like, oh, you stuck with me for the rest of the night, we just rocking together, you know, you with me for the night. I'm like, all right, bet, that's cool, like, we vibing. Some other girl gets invited to the function. I felt the weird energy when she first came in, and she was trying to act all sweet and cute, and you know how guys are like dumb, so they be thinking that, oh, if a girl is smiling with you, she's friends with you. No, that's not what that means. We leave and I'm like, yo, so what's up with homegirl, because she got some weird energy. He's like, nah, that's my dog, we've never done nothing, it's not like that, da-da-da, that's my dog. Then we go to the casino. We hit the casino, like, he's all up on me, da-da-da, like, I'm grabbing on him, I'm touching on him, whatever the case is. And she gonna come up to us talking about, oh, you can touch all over him, but you can't touch this, and grabbed his. I said,
an ex-boyfriend who was the loveliest soul, but when we broke up, he said to me, he said, well, now I guess at least the only upside of this is now I can date and marry a girl who actually wants to go to the movies with me. Because I was about to make a really big sacrifice marrying you, knowing that you would never go with me to the movie theater. Like, the way that this has been a point of contention in like almost every relationship that I've ever had is actually kind of hilarious, because it's like, it's the movies, it's the movie theaters.
All right, so you see how stupid these bitches is, man. And as you can see, like in this little headline right here, it says why men are walking away. It says modern women are doomed, single mothers are crashing out. So, and then you have, and like I said, you have an influx of, let's see, I think I saw a video the other day just to hit the point. Running out of time here. All right, so this video right here, we're going to oh, hold up, Salakia. So play the second video right here. All right. So this one right here.
Point that black men are gay. We just reviewed the popular talking point that black men are gay. What we have found based upon the research is that black women are gay too, and arguably more so. And by the way, black women are actually embracing more LGBTQ bisexual orientations at a faster rate than black men. That's what the research is suggesting. Now we're going to move on to the next talking.
All right, so, and there's tons of research out there, just like I brought out in ChatGPT. And these women right here, as a title, the way that they hate men, the way that they disrespect men, you can tell that they all bi-curious or bi or some shit to that effect. Okay, these women out here, they're out of control. All right, so we're gonna go and get some more precepts, and then we're gonna go ahead and close it out. All right, so we're gonna go to the book of Romans. What's going on? Okay. You don't want to do nothing, huh? Okay, my browser isn't working. Well, that was crazy. This is 2 Timothy 2:3. It says, "This know also that in the last days perilous times shall come. For men shall be lovers of them, Men shall be lovers of them own selves, covetousness, boasters, proud, blasphemers, disobedient to parents, unthankful, unholy, without natural affection, truce breakers, false accusers, incontent, fierce, despisers of those that are good, traitors, heady, high-minded, lovers of pleasure more than lovers of Yahweh, having a form of godliness but denying the power thereof. From such turn away. For of this sort are they which creep into houses and laid captive, silly women laden with sin, led away with diverse lust, ever learning, but never able to come to the knowledge of the truth. And that's going into your degrees and all the shit that y'all learn, you know. But again, silly women laden with sin, right? And again, the very first verse, in the last days, perilous times will come. So all of these are happening in the last days. So that's why we're seeing all the stuff that we're seeing, because we're at the end of this thing. All right. So going back to this Romans, so it says, this is Romans chapter 1 verse I'm going to start down verse 23. And it says, with 22 it says, professing them to be wise, they became fools and changed the glory of the incorruptible God into an image made like to corruptible men, and the birds, and the four-footed beast, and the creeping things. Wherefore Yahweh gave them up to uncleanliness through the lust of their own flesh, to dishonor their own bodies between themselves, who changed the truth of Yahweh into a lie, and worshipped and served the creature more than the Creator, who is blessed forever. Amen. For this cause Yahweh gave them up to vile affections, for even their women did change the natural use into that which is against nature. Okay? And that's what these women have been doing. And this goes into the last days. This is going to happen in the last days. These women are going to be doing this in the last days. Okay? So, seeing these lesbians, these crazy women, all of the stupid shit that they're doing, this is all prophecy of the last days. Okay? That's why we're seeing all this shit. Now, this shit been going on. However, not as great a frequency as it is today. All right? And it says, and likewise, the men leaving the natural use of women, burned in their own lust toward one another, men with men, working that which is unseemly, and receiving in themselves that recompense that of their error which was met. And that's some goddamn diseases that y'all catching. Out here where I'm at, you know, just the city that I work in is ranked number 4 in Georgia for HIV cases. You see? Of course, Atlanta is number 1, but you know where I'm at is number 4. And it's this one chick in my job. Within a year, she already been through 3 guys. Okay, so you seeing these women, you know, doing all type of crazy shit, and these men are allowing that because they're facilitating it. You know, you got all like this chick said, you got DL men, but you got DL women. You know, you got the same thing that you got men that go out and get with the homeboy and peg their homeboy or get pegged. You know, you got women that do the same thing with women. Okay. And women, you know, women are way more evil than men. Men are evil, but as I read, through the woman came the beginning of sin, and through her we all die. These women are exceedingly wicked. Okay, they go way above and beyond. So that's why you're seeing such a huge influx of women doing this shit, because they take evil to the extreme. Look, back during the Freaknik, men were kind of excited of seeing ass popping and all that shit, right? Now, fast forward all these years later, these women done got out of control. Men don't even want that shit no more because they done turned into something different. Well, a lot of men don't. They looking at it like we tired of this, which rightfully so. They should be tired of this wickedness. Okay? So this is just another a quick hit on where we are in prophecy. We are at the end, okay? Everything is speaking. All of these prophecies are speaking. Okay? So with that, I'm going to end it off by giving all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Karkadash. Until the next time, Akim, Shalom.